went to see the Everly Brothers, and on the show it was the Everly Brothers, the Rolling Stones, and Mickey Most. But the Rolling Stones just got their first record out, I think, like Come On, Can't Get Started. And Mickey Most killed it. He was fantastic. You know, the Everly Brothers obviously were fantastic. The Stones sort of saved themselves because the audience was kind of rock and roll, and they were a bit rock and roll. So Mickey likes the band, but he doesn't want to sign the band. He wants to sign Herman. And I didn't want any of that. So eventually we went to this, you know, they were my friends. The Hermits were my friends, and we were loyal and, you know, British, cream, you know, all that stuff. So we get to the studio and fail really badly. And Mickey says, get rid of the band, get rid of them, and let's make some records. There's all these musicians in London like Jimmy Page, and there's Clem Catini. And the studio was kind of a fascinating thing. So this is the part I was trying to get to. See, I wish I could get it in 400 words, but when we got to the studio, in the studio, we were given 9 AM. No musician wants to be in the recording studio at 9 AM, but we got there at 9 AM and the Animals were just finishing, so it was like 5 to 9, and they're being hustled, finish, you know, who are they? And anyway, they finished their set, and we know them, and I sort of knew Hilton and Eric from touring. What are you doing here? We're making a record. Yeah, we think we're ready. So we go in and we make something good, and it was the beginning of like a little run there that we first of all, Mickey knew exactly who I was, and when I explained something, I didn't need a lot of words. You know, I'd say, you know, like that slap on the Everly Brothers at the beginning, devoted to, oh yeah. He knew exactly. He knew all the music that I knew, and he became my best friend. So the recording slowly became Mickey and I, who would spend hundreds and hundreds of hours in the studio trying to get something that sounded like a hit. And then we'd bring Carl and Keith in because they were fantastic background singers. We would tell them what to, you know, this is ooh, one night stand. They would nail it and they'd sing it in tune, and they didn't sing loud because Mickey and I didn't like those background singers. We wanted background singers like George and Paul when John was singing, who could just go ooh. It wasn't none of that. And Mickey and I both hated, and so did John Lennon, any of that stuff, the vibrato stuff that was all over England at the time. And we sort of thought it was like a 50s thing. Both Mickey and I thought, no, that's Fabian.